everyone, this is Instructor Joy. Today we're going to talk about fingered octave and tenth. I made another video in the past about how to play octave using first and fourth finger. There I mentioned about keeping the fingertip very light. So this is something like normal octave using first and the pinky would be like this. Like that. Fingered octave used are when you have to play octave scales quite fast and you don't have time to move 1-4, 1-4. So instead we use 1-3 and 2 and 4. Here the hand positions, your left hand position is quite different. Where when you play normal octave using first and fourth finger, your hand position stays the way you would normally play any other passages. However, because you're actually playing two positions using one and let's like them like this. So let me first play fingered octave scale so you know what I'm talking about. So as you can see, the fingers are quite stretched. This is one of the hard technique for us violinists, including myself. It requires incredible level of relaxation and flexibility of your left hand. So let's understand your hand muscle, how it works. So when you hold your left hand normally, the way you would play, your hand position would be like that. So the width would be, even if I stretch quite a bit with a pinky, it goes about this far, not much. So the way we find a way to stretch your left hand even further is not by stretching your pinky further, because there's no more to go. You're pulling your index finger backwards, like this. Do you see how far it gets? Yeah? And then in order to achieve this one even further, instead of holding like that, you're twisting your hand a bit like this. Again, not like that. Twisting a little. This way. Yeah? So instead of this is your normal hand position. Now, for finger octave, I would do even more like that. This same kind of hand position also works when you do it tenth. That way, the distance between your first and pinky can go even further. You stretch your pinky, yes, but you also pull your index finger further out. That way you can get extremely far while twisting your hand. You see how far it gets? This is how we violinists stretch hand. It is very important for violinists not to make forceful way. It may look very tense, but keep in mind, if you're trying this one for the first time, do maybe 2-3 minutes at a time, because you could injure your hand really badly. Because it will take a little time for you to master that level of relaxation. So I would suggest to play finger octave first, breaking the notes. So you want to play the lower note and then a higher octave, slurred, and then with the up bow you play double string. That way you hear the lower notes to be in tune. So like this. And then to see, this is how your hand position should be. It looks quite awkward, but this is how it is. Okay, then now it is very important when you practice finger octave that you don't overly press a fingertip. It is so light. You put like a maybe a tenth of a fingertip weight that you would normally play on a single note. If you're not sure that you're not getting in tune, you're not getting the intonation you want, what you can try is keep the hand position as though you're playing finger octave, but play only the lower notes so that you can focus what you're supposed to listen to. Like this. Light fingertip and no pressure on anywhere. No pressure on the thumb. Left thumb has to stay very nice and relaxed. And then especially our index finger tend to get really heavy. Make sure to keep it very light. On and on. Then you would do the same thing with the upper note. Make sure your first note is in tune. Then you would put your left hand very relaxed way. Pay attention to the light fingertip. I'm talking about all 5 fingertips of your left hand. And play only the upper note, please. Then when you're done, then you would try again, hands together. Or if it's too fast, you break bola like this. On and on. Pay attention, your hand position is a little an awkward hand position, which we would not usually use, but it happens when you play finger octaves. Don't push the speed, don't force your left hand, just focus on the relaxation, and if you do that, it will come. Now, let's talk about the 10th. 10th works about the similar way. 10th goes even further stretch between pinky and an index finger than when you would have played a finger octave. So finger octave, just twisting your left hand a bit, like that, and stretching your index finger somehow works. However, for the 10th, it goes even farther. Because it's hard to reach, what we do is we bring our thumb almost flat to support your index finger stretch even further. It's very important that, I'll get a little closer to the camera a bit later. It's very important that your thumb stays absolutely relaxed. What we're trying to do is, by flattening your thumb so that you support your index finger to get stretched the opposite direction. But make sure to just flatten, not forcefully pressing or anything like that. So 10th are like this. Then, let's see if I can. Do you see that how my thumb goes like that? Just flatten naturally. Also here, make sure you're not pressing index finger too heavy. So your pinky, if you wanted to know where to put more weight, the pinky could need a little support because that's the weakest finger. But the thumb just being stretched a little farther to index finger. No pressure or anything like that. Like that. So also, just like when you are practicing finger octave, you have to take it slowly and don't do forcefully, even though it may, your left hand may look like you're forcing, but it is not. It's just being simply stretched. Find a way with your own hand how far you can stretch without forcing or without injuring your left hand anywhere. Often, I used to make the same mistake too. A lot of violinists tend to press way too much with the index finger. And you will see, just by simply making your index finger tip lighter, and you could solve a lot of problems. I hope this video was helpful. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up and give me your questions too. Thank you for all your questions.